This is Marcy, and this lovely young lady is McKenna, and she's come by today and donated some time to us so that we can show you a very beautiful braid technique that one of our fans asked me to demonstrate. And we're here in beautiful Mumford, New York, but it is quite a snow today, so we're going to try to get McKenna's hair done in as quickly as we can so that she doesn't have to drive home in a blizzard. Or her mom. So we're going to start. I did put a little bit of Benny Factor's Be Confident hairspray on McKenna's hair because it's very fine and wonderfully silky, but sometimes that makes it a little hard to grip on. And the foundation of the style we're working on today is a fishtail braid. So just in case you don't know how to do the fishtail braid, or technically it's a two-strand overlap, I'm going to do a quick one right here for you, and you can see how easy it is, and then we'll go into our style. So on a fishtail braid, you take two roughly equal sections of hair, and you pull a piece up from the outside of one section and cross it to the inside of the other section. And then section 2, you pull up a piece from the outside and cross that over to the inside of the other section. And you go this way all the way down the hair to make your braid. And what happens is you get a very nice herringbone pattern in the hair that ends up looking like the scales on a fishtail. We're going to start with that technique up here at the top in front of the hair. I'm going to take actually a good sized section because, especially with McKenna's fine hair, it's going to have a tendency to get very kind of small, and that's not necessarily what I'm looking for with this design. You really want that herringbone pattern to show, and McKenna's hair being a light color is really going to look beautiful with this. So I'm just going to take my section up here, kind of smooth it out a little bit, and I'm going to do a herringbone or a fishtail braid up here through the top. I'm going to start over here and cross to the right and just go along here. If you have thicker hair, then you don't need to take quite so wide a section, and you maybe would start your braid a little further forward. But when I was working with McKenna's hair a little bit earlier, it had a tendency to really become compact, so I want to start hers back here where I've got more hair to work with. I'm coming off of the crown area now, and you'll notice I've lifted the braid up a little bit from her head. And this is important. We're going to use a technique called over direction on the next piece of work that we're going to do. And so I'm going to turn McKenna so you can see what I'm doing. So we're holding this up off of the head, and then we're going to take our comb and bring a swath of hair back into the section of the braid on the right. If you prefer to bring the section on the left back first, that's just fine. That's not a problem. I'm doing this side first because it's right here by the camera. So I'm going to grab a section of hair. Let me just smooth this out a little bit. And we're going to cross this over into the braid while holding the braid up away from the head a little bit. This lets me maintain tension. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just bring a swath of hair up and cross that over the center to the inside of the other strand. Now, I'm just going to go back into my fishtail braid. Same thing I was doing earlier on the top. And we're going to braid that for a little bit. What you're going to see happen is, because we lifted up when we brought those pieces back, as we let it go, you get a nice little drape here, and it shows the hair underneath a little bit. So as I come down here, doing a little more fishtail, and when I'm ready, I'm going to do the same thing again. So I'm going to bring a piece of hair from underneath here, hold the braid out, and cross it over. I'm just going to take a second and smooth this out. Cross that over the center, and same thing on the other side. Bring a piece back. I don't need to bring a whole lot back. Cross that again over the center, so you're making an X with the hair, and then go back into your fishtail. I'm going to turn her a little this way so I have a little more room to work, and we're just going to continue with the fishtail. Even with the hairspray on, your hair is very, very silky. Okay, and again, I'm going to hold it out and bring in another strand from underneath. Cross it over the center and come under here and do the same. And go back into the fishtail. Now we're coming down to the bottom. I'm just going to grab that last half of that last section and cross it over. And then bring the other half around this side, hold it out, cross it over, and go back to the fishtail technique. I'm getting a little loose down here. Now I do want to leave a little bit of length at the bottom of the braid because I do want to have enough hair to pull around and cover the ponytail holder. Take a hold of it at the top and lift this section up, and that separates all of those drapes out. So I did that, and we also got a nice little poof at the front for a little volume, especially good if you have a round face, or sometimes even with a square face if you want to add some height. So we pulled it up like that, separated out the tiers, and put a couple of pins just right underneath in here to secure the position of that and keep the draping. And that really gives you some beautiful separation. The whole thing? Alright. So now you have another way to look great and feel great. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. Thank you too, McKenna.